Today we're taking a look at some of the best sneakers to drop in 2022, along with some of the most unique sneakers to drop this year. Stay tuned, you guys are not going to want to miss it. So this year seemed to be a pretty solid year for sneakers. Some remastered classics, a couple new hitters, and some shoes that are, well, definitely out there. So this week I decided to get as many people as I could to send me their top 10 sneaker releases of this year. And today I've added up all the votes and come up with one solid list for the no BS, 110% accurate, undebatable best shoes of 2022. Let's get it. By the way, this list is in no particular order, just the 10 best releases of this year. Starting it off easy with the very first Jordan 4s to drop this year, the Red Thunder 4s. These dropped on the 15th of January this year, reminiscent of the original Thunder 4s from 2012. These have definitely become kind of a staple colorway this year that I've seen a ton of people rocking. Don't really have too much else to say about these. A solid colorway, definitely deserving of a spot on the list. Next up is kind of an obvious one that pretty much had to be on the list no matter what, the Lost and Found Jordan 1. A great shoe that had a ton of hype. I've been out trying to collect these like Pokemon cards. I've been able to get my hands on an 8, 9.5, 10.5, and 11 as of right now. This definitely is a shoe that I can see going for $700+ in a year or two, so I have no problem holding on to them for a little while. But overall, great shoe. It sucks that so many people are getting moldy and damaged pairs coming in from Nike, especially since they haven't really done much on their side to help those people out. I've actually come across a couple Reddit conversations where people are saying Nike won't even let them ship back their shoes because they have mold on it, but Nike shipped them with the mold on it. So Nike, just fix your shit. Coming at you next is one that actually made a lot of people's number 2 and number 3 on the list, the Reverse Mocha Travis Scott 1 Low. Definitely a shoe on everybody's wish list this year. Trav absolutely killed it on this colorway. The third iteration of the Travis 1 Low. I still don't think these beat out the original Travis Scott Low, the regular Mocha pair, but I do think it tops the Fragment Low. So it's sitting right about somewhere in the middle for me. Nothing too special, but people really messed with them, so I had to put them on the list. Another recent drop that I'm pretty sure I talked about in the last video, the A Ma Maniére Jordan 4 might take the cake for the best Jordan 4 to drop this year in my opinion. With the overall quality of the shoe mixed with the luxury style details, these are definitely a super clean pair of 4s, and I know there are a ton of people trying to get their hands on them right now. I was actually able to hit on the A Ma Maniére website for these for $240 plus tax. I'm really debating on whether I want to hold on to them for a little bit or flip them quick, but still a great shoe overall. A Ma Maniére absolutely killed it on these. I would even go as far to say that these easily beat out every other A Ma Maniére Jordan that has come out so far. This is it. This is the top dinger, moneymaker A Ma Maniére 4. But let me know what you guys think about these down in the comments. Another great shoe to drop this year, actually the only Yeezy that is making this list, the 350 Turtle Dove Remastered. Regardless of how long you've been into shoes, pretty much everybody knows the Turtle Dove colorway. I'm really glad that they decided to keep almost every single detail on this pair the same as the 2015 pair. The only difference not being on the shoe itself, but on the box. For this release, they actually used a Yeezy V2 box instead of the original 350 box with the folding flap on it. But I can kind of see why they made that decision, because if they would have put it in the same box, there's a solid chance that people would have considered it a restock, and that would have made the price of the 2015 pair drop drastically. There's actually a couple V2s that have come out where that has been the case. When the Red Stripe Yeezy V2 did their re-release, it was actually the exact same SKU as the first pair that came out, causing the resale prices on the original pairs to drop down from like $700-800 all the way down to like $200-300. So props to Ye or Adidas or whoever for making the decision to switch the box out. Still a great shoe though overall. I feel like they definitely did the Turtle Dove legacy right on these ones. The next pair that made the list is another one that isn't really a shocker. The Cherry Jordan 11 highs are by far the most hyped up Jordan 11 release of this year. It seems like every single person on my socials right now are trying to get their greasy little hands on a pair of these. Dropping later this month, they also did a shock drop over on sneakers, as well as all the pairs getting stolen and sold from Memphis. But I think all that combined has really just made people want this pair even more. I myself am not a huge Jordan 11 fan. I really think the red is just a little too bright on these for me, although everyone else is seeming to go wild for them, so.
I'm a crazy rabbit squirrel. I want my cookies!
I've picked up 2 pairs so far, both retail hits off sneakers. I'd definitely grab a couple more if the price was right on them, but I probably won't end up with too many just because resale is so close to retail right now and they haven't even come out yet. Next up on the list has to be the Air Force 1 Low Brooklyn. I feel like resale prices alone were enough of a reason to make every single person with a brain go for them on sneakers, this being the third colorway of the off-white Air Force 1 to release. Although I don't really think they're better than the blue or the yellow pair. Still a good colorway though. Resale prices on these are the lowest out of the three. Regardless, still makes the list for the top 10 shoes of the year. We're in the final stretch now. This one is actually going to be two different pairs. The Air Jordan 5 DJ Khaled Crimson and Sail colorways. These have had an absolute ton of hype around them, actually dropping yesterday on sneakers for a retail price of $225. Resale price on the Crimsons has pretty much dropped down to retail now, but that hasn't stopped people from grabbing them for the toe. From the leather quality to all the quirky DJ Khaled quotes on the shoe.
They don't want you to swim in tropical water. God did.
These are definitely a colorway that people are rocking with, and I feel like by the time next summer hits, this is a shoe that could definitely be at $350 to $400. Okay, so I know there's already been two different Jordan 4s on this list now, but I just couldn't leave out the one, the only military black Jordan 4. This is a shoe that you just can't go wrong with. The Jordan 4 has been easily the most hyped up retro of this year, and I actually still have quite a few people that hit me up looking for pairs. These can literally go with any outfit that you put on, which is a pretty solid reason why a lot of people would want them. This is it, the last sneaker on the list. This is actually a collection of 9 different sneakers. You probably guessed it, the Nike Air Force 1 Louis Vuitton collaboration. Super difficult to get your hands on. These bad boys started at a retail price of over $2,000, and now some pairs resell for well over $15,000. Although the hype mainly sits around that blue, green, and red pair, the other 6 still go for a crazy amount online. So I want to throw in a couple honorable mentions because I feel like there's some shoes that come out or have came out this year that I didn't mention on the list that I still wanted to talk to you guys about. The first honorable mention that didn't make the list, I 110% had to mention, actually hasn't even come out yet. Releasing December 15th, the Travis Scott 1 Low Phantom. I feel like these are going to be a really solid release moving into the month of December. For me, in my opinion, these blow every single Travis Scott 1 Low out of the water by far. From the fuzzy sock liner to the B stitched into the back tab, these are definitely where it's at, and I'm going to do everything in my power to be able to get a pair of these for retail so I can tow them. I actually hit the original Travis Mocha Lows on sneakers, so I'm definitely feeling the luck on this one. Corporate got them down in Cincinnati, did a 1-hour raffle window for the reverse Mochas, so I'm hoping they bring it back and do the same thing for the Phantoms, because I'm getting them 110% regardless. Now there's also been a couple pairs that have released this year, well, to say the least, a little unusual. Dropping actually today on sneakers, the Cactus Plant Flea Market Overgrown Forest has to be one of the most out-of-pocket releases of this year and of the last I don't even know how many years. I really don't even know what to say about this shoe besides the fact that if I dress as the Grinch next year for Halloween, I know what shoes I'm wearing. The final pair I'm going to be talking about today that 110% wins outright for the most ugliest, pointless sneaker of 2022 is the Balenciaga Fully Destroyed High Top. Releasing at Paris Fashion Week this year for a retail price of $1,850. These are, well, just really bad. I think recently Balenciaga has kind of taken strides to point out the fact that people will buy any product they put out, no matter the price, just simply because it's Balenciaga. But yeah, these are just terrible. I hope nobody actually spent their money on these. Even though I know they did, buying these is probably one of the worst decisions you can make. So that's pretty much it. We've covered some of the best, some of the worst, and a little bit of in between. I need you guys to comment down below right now which pair takes the crown for the absolute top best shoe of 2022. I want to see it right now in the comment section. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a comment, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. We got plenty more fire videos coming on the way soon. There's not going to be any new videos Saturday, but Sunday we are going to be heading up to Sneaker Freaks Columbus, filming a banger of a video there. Make sure you guys go check them out on Instagram because this is not going to be a show you guys want to miss out on. If you're from the Columbus area, make sure to pull up. I'm going to be there with the boys from the shop vending, throwing out tons of steals, and maybe, just maybe, giving away a couple free shoes. So turn your post notifications on so you make sure that you don't miss that. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys Wednesday in a brand new video. Peace.